In the last few days, we have talked to you about a series of stories about the development of various Chinese main fighters, such as the J-16, J-10C, and so on. Today, let's talk about Taiwan's IDF fighters. In recent days, Taiwan's Air Force has been upgrading and improving its IDF and F-16 fighters one after another. Currently, the Taiwan Air Force is equipped with a total of 130 IDF fighters. So after the midterm upgrade and improvement of the above-mentioned fighters, how is their performance in the end? Let's talk about this today. Hello everyone, welcome to Strategic Depth. Pay attention to military equipment. Friends can like subscription, instant access to the latest news. Firstly, let's talk about the development of Taiwan's IDF fighters. In the 1980s, the main fighters of the world's aviation powers successively entered the fourth generation stage. As the world's first power, the United States has developed a series of F-14, F-15, F-16, F-18 fighters. As of 2025, the United States is still in the process of launching improved models, such as the F-15X. Another superpower, the Soviet Union, has launched the Su-27 and MiG-29. France, one of Europe's aeronautical powerhouses, launched the Mirage 2000 series in the 1980s. In the 1980s, both sides of the Taiwan Strait began to develop their own fourth-generation fighters. It is well known that in 1986, China started the development program of the J-10 fighter aircraft. At the same stage, Taiwan was also developing the IDF fighter aircraft with the technical help of the United States. Due to the large amount of technical help from the United States, the development speed of the IDF was significantly faster than that of the J-10 series of fighters. In 1994, the IDF was finalized and began to enter the mass production stage. The original plan was to produce about 250 IDF fighters. After the 1990s, the US and France agreed to export F-16B and Mirage 2005 to Taiwan. Under such circumstances, the production of IDF fighters was compressed to 130 aircraft, which were claimed to be self-developed. The IDF is said to be independently developed, but in fact it uses a large number of mature American technologies and systems. According to the introduction, the IDF series of fighters, with a length of 14.48 meters, a wingspan of 8.53 meters, a height of 4.7 meters, and a maximum takeoff weight of 12.5 tons, belongs to the fourth generation of lightweight fighters. In terms of size and weight, it is on the same level as the later emerging Kingpin and Glory fighters. It has a maximum speed of Mach 1.8, a maximum lift of 15,250 meters, a maximum range of 2,780 kilometers, and a combat radius of 600 kilometers. It uses two US-made TFE-1040-270 small thrust turbofan engines with relatively insufficient thrust. The IDF originally planned to use two F-404 or F-414 series medium thrust engines, but the US refused to export them. India's Kalki series of fighters, South Korea's KF-21 fighters are using the above two engines. According to the introduction, IDF fighters use a Taiwan, self-developed, Golden Dragon 53 flat panel slit radar, being able to mount and use the Skyward Sword 2 medium-range bombs and Skyward Sword 1 combat bombs. The IDF's overall performance was not bad in the 1990s and early 2000s. After all, in the early 21st century, the PLA Air Force still imported Su-27SK, or domestic J-11A fighters, which could only mount Russian-made or Tu-7 semi-active medium-range rounds, and R-73 fighting rounds. As of the early 21st century, Taiwan ordered 150 F-16 series fighters and 60 Mirage 2000 fighters, which were delivered one after another. During this period, Taiwan's Air Force had a very clear advantage in the number and performance of fourth-generation aircraft, which was the actual situation at the beginning of the 21st century. After 2005, the situation began to change step by step. In 2006 and 2007, the domestic J-10A and J-11B fighters were finalized and entered mass production. According to later statistics, the PLA has equipped more than 600 J-10A and J-11B fighters. In terms of the number of fourth-generation fighters, the PLA began to have a very clear advantage in the number of fighters. After 2015, J-16, J-10C, J-20, J-35 and other 4.5 and 5th-generation aircraft have been successively finalized and equipped with troops in large quantities. According to the speculation of foreign media, up to now, the total number of the above-mentioned warplanes has reached more than 800. It must be said that the 4.5 generation fighters and 5 generation fighters have very obvious technical advantages over the Taiwan Air Force's IDF, Mirage 2005 and F16B fighters. In such an environment, the Taiwan Air Force has been thinking of various ways in recent years. First, Taiwan plans to import 66 more F-16 fighters of the latest batch from the United States to further boost the number of its main fighters. Second, with a limited number of fighters, it has begun mid-life upgrades and airframe life extensions for a variety of mainstay fighters. Currently, the Taiwan Air Force has F-16B, Mirage 2005, and IDF fighters. Among the above three types of fighters, the Mirage 2005 has given up on mid-life upgrades because France refused to welcome the midterm upgrade for the 2005, and the two sides simply could not come to terms. In recent years, with the technical help of the United States, Taiwan has successively carried out mid-cycle upgrades and improvements on more than 140 F-16B and 120 IDF fighters. Among them, the F-16B fighters were successively upgraded to the standard of F-16B fighters. As for the IDF fighters, they are also undergoing midterm upgrades. From the news announced by various parties, Taiwan's IDF fighters have not been upgraded much. First of all, the engine and Golden Dragon 53 radar were not replaced. As one of the core equipment of the fighter, start and radar did not replace the fighter's upgraded performance has been greatly reduced. IDF fighters only upgraded the integrated avionics system to further strengthen and improve. At the same time, the various mounting points have been upgraded and adjusted to be able to mount more types of ammunition. However, in the absence of upgraded mounting capability, upgrading the hangars has some effect but is relatively limited, because the maximum mounting capacity of IDF fighters is only 4 tons. Even with the upgraded mounts, it is still only 4 tons. Therefore, the medium-term upgrade of IDF fighters is not large. Compared with it, the medium-term upgrades of J-10A and J-11B fighters in the PLA force are obviously faster, such as replacing the active phased array radar, integrated avionics system, turbofan 10C engine and so on.